I'm an addict named Ron. And I'm here by God's grace and God's mercy. I need to say a few things. I feel real warm. I was cool temperature-wise, but I'm talking about another type of warmth. I feel real close to God. I need to say, I love you, God. I got tears behind my eyes. I need to thank all addicts who came before me, not just at the podium, but addicts who came before me to show me that I could live. Because I was in the grip. I was in the grip. You know what I'm talking about? Huh? It's a miracle that I'm standing here or standing there and not using. Then, after all of that, y'all tell me some shit like, now you gotta find a new way to live. Say, what the fuck? A new way. See, God gives me just what I'm supposed to have. You know what I'm saying? Now, guess what? And I say this, I need to say it again, that I am a perfectly created imperfection. Created by the perfect creator. I am not a mistake. I am who I am. If I believe that God is perfect, that God is omnipresent, omniscient, that God knows all, God makes no mistake, then how the fuck could I be a mistake? How? I had to believe that my defects of character, defects given to me by God, by the God of my understanding, to serve a purpose for God. The problem is that I have a hard time letting go of them defects. We're talking about the triangle of self-obsession. Self-obsession. Before I get to self-obsession, I need to look at what obsession is. Obsession. Now, my sponsor tells me, he says, your best thinking got you a seat in the front row with all these motherfuckers. You know, I ain't lying. Shit. Oh, I know all y'all. You know? So I can't think my way through this shit. Huh? Where's my friend Ronnie D? Huh? You know what Ronnie D say? And I believe him. I want to thank you for the hit. Ronnie he said, I can't think my way into a better way of acting. But I can behave. I'm not talking about acting like in a theater. I'm talking about behavior, changing attitudes, ideas, and behaviors. But I can behave my way into a better way of thinking. It's called the process of coming to believe. You know? So now we say obsession. Well, what is obsession? What it is? All right? So a lot of us say, I don't know what the fuck that is. Y'all got innate language. You know, you use words like caught in the grip. You know, shit like that. Or acting out. You know what I mean? So here in the Webster's dictionary, it says obsession. Now check it out. Obsession. Yeah. I ain't gonna give you half the hit. Persistent or unescapable preoccupation with an idea or emotion. Huh? So now we're talking self-obsession a persistent and unescapable preoccupation with my ideas and with my emotion, and that I want to do what the fuck I want to do when I want to do it. Huh? That sounds also like the spiritual part of my disease. That total self-centeredness. What is that? I do what I want, when I want, how I want, to whom I want, whatever fucking time I want to do it. So I want to talk about the triangle of self-obsession in the here and now. You understand? I'll use some historical references, but I'm talking about it now. Huh? We're talking about anger, resentment, huh? Fear. What do you mean by what? What do I have to be angry about now? You already said that. You hear about God's grace, all the other shit, the podium, the meetings, the car, the rent, the job, the woman, lovely woman. Thank God for her. Lovely woman, I love you. I need to say that. Huh? Huh? I need to say that, yeah? Tired of having a mystery woman on my motherfucking arm. Huh? No more mystery. I sound like Anita Baker. No more mystery. Yeah. You know, that's what we're talking about. I'm talking about the here and now. You understand? On this thing on the hit, obsession. I'm obsessed. I am obsessed with my own shit. You understand? It's all about me. Meism. Selfish. The pamphlets say some things like most children. Huh? When they grow up and they learn to get out on their own. They learn that the world cannot supply all their wants and needs. You understand? But it says something real specific and special and threatening and truthful, and it hurts sometimes. It says something like this. As addicts, however, we seem to falter along the way. We never seem to outgrow the self-centeredness of the child. We never seem to find the self-sufficiency that others do. We continue to depend on the world around us and refuse to accept that we will not be given everything. Everything's not going to come my way. I need to talk about how I'm handling anger, resentment, and fear. You understand? I've been here for a little while. I'm happy to say that. I was talking to my friend Thomas this morning and my friend Jim P. You understand? And guess what they said to me? And it made me feel good. You know what they said? They said, Ron, you are a member with substantial clean time. And they talking about me. Because I remember when I didn't have no substantial clean time. Now I need to talk about what the fuck happens in recovery with substantial clean time for me. Huh? We say, oh, you get too deep now. Huh? You understand? I had some cut on my third step. Oh, shit, I come here to get better. Free myself. Fuck, I ain't leaving here with the shit I come with. Every meeting I do, every tape I do is another chapter in my story. Am I right, Thomas? Am I right, Ronnie? Another chapter in my story. If I'm telling you the same shit, if I'm telling you the same shit, every time you get the tape, something is fucking wrong. You know, you say, oh, who the fuck is that? Milli Vanilli? You know, now I need to tell you that I still got just what do you say? Just say, this is what my woman say. We still got just a tad bit of the mask left because I don't want to look like no Milli Vanilli to you. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not here. I'm here for me. I mean, for me, let me tell you what. I had some cut on my third step, and I didn't realize it. So when I went into my fourth step, you understand? Oh, I wrote. But when I went to my fifth step, I held back a little bit. I held back. Why? Because I had a fear of being vulnerable. Because the fifth step was the introduction to me, for me, don't know how it is for you, for me, to vulnerability. Because what did it say? I had to admit to God, to myself, and to another human being the exact nature of my wrongs. So now, what did it say? Good addict that I am. Huh? I say, why do I have to tell another person? Why, man? Why? God knows already. He already knows. You understand? I'll tell you why for me. Because in the first step, where's Jim P at? We're going to go to your first step. In the first step, it says we're great ones for manipulating the truth. So now, I'm telling you, I know now that I couldn't do this, but my thinking that got me in the front row told me that I could manipulate God. You understand? What do I mean by that? What do I mean? Oh, shit, I'm in a jam. I'm fucking, they got me, them bastards. I'm in a jam. So what do? I do this. Oh, God. I get up. I dust myself off. And I say, okay, God, thanks. I can handle this now. It's manipulation. Don't tell me I didn't think I could manipulate God. I love God, but I'm telling you, I got a disease. That's incurable. Fatal. That's cunning, baffling. I go to the NLA, so I'm going to tell you, it's cunning, baffling, and insidious. I don't talk nobody else's shit. I don't go to nobody else's house. This is where I come. Narcotics Anonymous. Yeah, I'm happy about that too. So now, it say, why? So now, I got God knows, but I got to go to you, man. You. I do. Look. I said, look, I did this. I did that. Because guess what? I can't manipulate him. He knows what I said. He knows what I'm doing. Guess what? He's the ultimate weapon for recovery. Another recovering addict. He's the therapeutic fucking value. You understand? He's that empathy. He's that esoteric shit they talk about in the symbol. Designed for or understood only by the specially initiated. But I'll tell you, I had put cut on it. I held back. And there's going to be a solution to this shit, too. I ain't going to end this with I held back. You better believe I surrendered. You understand? But I held back. And then I went into my sixth step. Fifth step says get vulnerable if I got God. I'm talking about anger. I'm getting to it. Anger at myself for my fucking behavior. Not for nothing you did. Not for nothing you did. Nothing you did. Anger for the shit I did, right? So I'm moving towards that direction with this thing here. You understand? So now, in my sixth step, if I turn my will and my life over to just for the day, I need to tell you. Just for the day. Talk to me tomorrow. But today, I need to tell you. Today, it's never clear to me that today I have turned my will and my life over to the care of God, as I understand it's not mine any fucking more. I know what my job is. My job is to take care of me. Second step shit, huh? Take care of me. What does it say? For our inability to accept personal responsibilities. We were actually creating our own problems. I'm supposed to take care of personal responsibilities. Why? So I can keep myself physically fit, emotionally fit, and spiritually fit for God. For God. Because it's no longer my life. You understand? So now I go into the 6th step with some cut. What does that cut mean? The 6th step for me, there's no one way to work a step. Work the step that works for you. Work it. Work it. The 6th step for me says, I know what the fuck my defects are. Why? How did you arrive at that conclusion? Hey, Daryl. Hi, Daryl. It's good to see you, man. How did you arrive at that conclusion? Because I wrote about them in my 4th step. I shared about them in my 5th step. And since y'all told me in your infinite fucking wisdom, you told me that God won't do nothing for me that I can do for myself. You know what they say? Here's the old one in here, eh? Pray for potatoes, but you better get a goddamn shovel. Right? You know what I'm saying? So that means if that's the case, that means that I gotta get the shovel out. Get the shovel out, and I gotta dig them fucking defects up. One by fucking one. I'm telling you, this is my step. You don't have to agree. Just keep coming back. Find the step that works for you. When it's our belief in God comes not from dogma, but from what we believe and what works for us. Understand? So I ain't gotta do it your way, but I'm gonna find out what the fuck it is I need and do it. You understand what I'm saying? You understand? I ain't gotta be no clone. Personal recovery depends on innate unity. Tell me I got a right to personal recovery. Don't fucking criticize me. You understand? Don't you take my fucking inventory. You understand? You know, well, I've been here all day and I have yet to see a motherfucker walk through the back door with black robes, white wigs, and a gavel in his hip pocket. Huh? Now I said that, I can move on. So now, there's certain defects that I kind of like, I ain't dig them up. I left them defects there. I left them there. Why not? Why don't you leave them there, Ron? You were in prison for 15 years. A long time. They had you told me you was in another kind of the grip. They had your ass. You know, you didn't have a chance. You didn't do nothing. All you did was peek out the window and try to see Christmas tree light after Christmas tree light. Christmas after Christmas after Christmas after Christmas after Christmas. I watched leaves change. I watched the seasons change. I saw New Year's. I saw the 4th of July. I saw Thanksgiving 15 motherfucking times. And I didn't participate in it. You understand what I'm saying? So now I get out. I get out here and my disease says, but man, you never had a chance to try that. Go on, give yourself a shot. Here it is. You only live once. So I begin to put cut on spiritual principles. I begin to act like I ain't had no sense. For a 3-month period of time, I need to say, I ain't, to me, because I know how I am. Now, I know I am. I shot dope for 25 years. You know, and I do some starter drugs for 8 years prior to that. Huh? So for me to move in and out of some shit in 3 months, that means I was working on something. I was working on something because something was working on me. You understand? And I wasn't vulnerable because if I had not had cut on my third step, if I felt then like I feel today, and God is feeling, I'm in the 11th step. I pray and I listen. I pray and I listen. And he don't come down here. He don't come down here and talk to me. He don't do that. He don't do that. God talked to me through a feeling. A feeling that I had years ago, okay? The feeling was what is right versus what is wrong. Huh? Dr. Jekyll versus Mr. Hyde. You know what I'm saying? But the getting and using and finding ways of me to get more made me put cut on that feeling years ago. Made me put cut on God. Oh, I couldn't really do that, but I thought I did. Talking about manipulation. You know, can't cut God. God will let me think I cut him. God will let me think I cut him because God says that boy, he needs to have his own will. He needs to have that self-will so that he can get into that spiritual, emotional, and physical pain. So he'll need me. God makes me need him. I ain't always so grounded, so centered where I can just jump into God's arms every day. You understand? It's the things that feel good, smell good, taste good, look good, sound good. Difficult. Huh? So, I didn't take God with me. I didn't have faith that if I removed the ones I knew about, the defects I knew about, because I ain't skipping a pamphlet. I'm talking about anger, resentment, and fear. Talking about growing up. Pamphlets say grow up or die. I'm here on God's grace. I'll die if I stop doing God's work. Let me tell you what, I'm not here on my own shit. I don't believe that. I believe that God has me here. So, but I didn't have faith in him. I didn't really bring him full force. I didn't bring him uncommitted. I didn't bring him unconditionally into the sixth step. You know? And therefore, I was afraid to drop the defenses and the things that protected me from reality. I was afraid to walk through the world naked and have that faith in God. I'm trying to tell you something. So therefore, I kept working steps. 7th step. 8th step. 8th step. Talking about vulnerability stuff. I thought the 8th step was just a list. No, not just a list. Because I had to sit with myself, face myself, get honest, get honest without you sitting there. And since we're great ones for manipulating the truth, I decided that this didn't need to be on that list. You understand what I'm saying? And if I don't take it to my sponsor, he can't suggest one way or another what I should do with that. You understand? Then, now, we're talking about having some real vulnerability. What do I mean? Going to another motherfucker who I've injured and harmed, look him in the face, make that eye contact, and say, I'm sorry. I'm apologize. Here, take this money I owe you, or I'll try never to do this again. Don't ask for forgiveness or nothing. Think that I'm all right. Move on to the 10th step. Take my inventory with cut on it, because the shit started out with cut. It ends up with cut. Well, they got to take the cut off it. I had to take the cut off it. I still got the cut on it. You understand? And I'm talking about wanting to be on the 11th step. Wanting to be on the 11th step, but I cannot pray. I cannot get with God with a spirit of arrogance, with self-righteousness, with meism, with it ain't nothing about you. You know, all about me. Obsession. Talking about self-obsession. It's all about me. I couldn't do that. I had to go back to the 10th step. I had to take my inventory. I had to get to the corrective part. The corrective part of the 10th step. Because I didn't get to hit on the preventive part. I fucked over some people. I walked through some people's lives. I made an ass of myself. And I'm glad to stand here and be able to say that. Because I ain't never got to do that shit again. And guess what? Day at a time, I don't plan to do it either. Not in that fucking area. You understand what I'm saying? So what do? I'm angry. I'm angry, man. I'm angry. I don't like who I am. Come on, man. You're traveling everywhere. They flying your dumb ass to Detroit this week. You understand? They asked you to come to New Orleans and Boston and Wilmington. They asked you to come all over. But, man, you got some issues you ain't dealing with. You angry. Guess what the solution was? Deal with them fucking issues. The same thing I hollered out when you was sharing. Guess what? We know, like Nancy Reagan say, about them kids. This is what I use for character defects. You understand? Just say no. Say no. What does that mean? Spiritual fucking principles, when applied, don't always feel so good. They don't feel so. I'm not used to that. Because all of whatever, if you want to call them principles, anything I did, all right, was geared towards one thing: the getting and using and finding ways and means to get more. You understand? I didn't practice those spiritual principles. I was trapped by the need for instant gratification. I didn't shoot no dope today and get high 3 weeks from now. Huh? I got high abra-fucking-cadabra. Now, you tell me to just say no to character defects. What does that mean? Don't act on the motherfuckers. Do what I learned from Ronnie D. I love to say that. I love to say that. Give it up where it's due. Do what they say. Boy, you don't know because you don't know a new way to live. You don't know at the end of the first step, I was left with a fucking void. It says so on the second step. A void that I used to use was filled with people, places, and things. You said, no, that is not how it works. I need to fill that void with a power greater than myself. Where the fuck do I find that power? It tells me in Recovery and Relapse, we come here powerless. And the power that we seek comes to us through other people in Narcotics Anonymous, but we must reach out for it. So I begin to fill that void with you. With you. You ain't God. You are a power greater than myself. You know, I fill that void. What do you mean? I fill the void not with you, with your body, with your money. I fill the void with your experience, strength, and hope on how to find a new way to live. Because I don't know how to live. I'm learning how to live. You understand? So what I got to do is have faith in you. Second step, some of us still have the need for faith and sanity. What is that faith? The faith, hold on, man. Hold the fuck on. Hold on. Believe that what happened for him, what happened for her, can happen for you too. Just don't be caught trapped by the need for instant gratification. So my solution to anger, as they say, is acceptance. Self-acceptance. Accept the fact that I'm a perfectly imperfect creation. Created by the perfect creator. That the only mistake I'll make is my inability to surrender when it's time for me to fucking surrender. Let go. Turn it over. Why is it so fucking hard? Why is it so hard? Why? Because I come from a place like many of you. Don't give a fuck what or how much you use, who your connections were, how much or how little you have, what you've done in the past. Only what you want to do about your goddamn problem. And how we get help. You understand? I was in Rollway State Prison, Trenton State Prison, Yardville, miscellaneous county jails. You understand? For many years, I was in prison when my woman was born. I should tell you something. You understand? I need to say that. I'm owning some shit today. Take the motherfucking mask off. I love you. Free. We say, free yourself. Huh? Free yourself. Huh? Free yourself. Huh? Free myself. You understand? So I was in prison all them years. Let me tell you what, in prison, you do not walk around Rollway State Prison, Trenton State Prison, talking about, things aren't going so great for me today. I'm feeling so powerless. feel powerless, well, get up. Oh, yeah, you know, so now. Hey, well, get too deep now. I come to get free. I ain't fucking around no more. Huh? I want you to know who I am. Huh? You say that motherfucker's out of his mind. Who gives a fuck? Yeah. You know? So now. It's deep. Self-acceptance. I am who I am. As Popeye says. You know? I ain't you. I ain't him. I'm Ron H. You know what I'm saying? I am who I am. And then I start at that point. That sounds like what you say, Ronnie. You know, with that fucking X, you are here. Well, where the fuck am I? I am here. I can't start no place else. Gotta start with me. Start with me and say, I understand is the antidote to disease thinking. You understand? I'm here to free myself. You understand? To live and enjoy life like other people do. You know? I need to tell you this. All right? I'm gonna take a brief shortcut. All right? I'm in a spiritual place, y'all. I'm on a spiritual plane that I have never been in my entire life. God is good. I mean, shit. Now I know what y'all say. Talking about if I'd have made a list of the shit I wanted when I got here, huh? I'd have cut myself short. You know? Huh? God, I said, what the fuck? Let me tell you what. Why? Because I got with some self-acceptance. I got that I was a flawed individual for that period of time to do what God needed me to do. And the pain. And I try to hold on to that defective behavior just a little while longer. Just a little while longer, and that's when I began to have the pain. That's when the anger began to set in. Since it was self-obsession, it was self-anger. I began to not like myself. I don't like who I am. I don't want to be this kind of person. This doesn't feel good. I don't like it. I don't like it. I gotta face myself. I gotta face these people who love me, respect me, cherish me, who say they are my friends. I gotta face them, and I need to face them with dignity. You understand? And then when I stop behavior, I gotta realize that I can't please every fucking body. Just say no. You understand? Don't do that shit. And what happens is I walked over the nails and the broken glass and the fire that I feel through sticking and staying with spiritual principles. Hanging in there. And I keep praying, oh God, I love you, God. Let your will, not mine, be done. Please, use me. And I can't say those things and act otherwise. If I say that shit, I gotta do that shit. Otherwise, you could call me Milli Vanilli. I told you, I don't want to be no Milli Vanilli. You know, just for the day I'm not. So I began to give it some self-acceptance. I began to walk through that. Stuff. You know, I began to act like I was a person who deserved to be loved. A person who, what we say, I am somebody. Huh? He say, they love me for who I am, not in spite of who I am, and believe that shit. You understand? Stay away from, I need to say this. Come on. Stay away from you motherfuckers who judge people. No, that shit gets deep. This shit is deep. Huh? I ain't gonna keep a fucking thing. Yeah. Here we go. Huh? Not only are we powerless over our own addiction, we are powerless over everyone else's. My addiction expresses itself in the ways that have suited me for all the years of using. You're powerless over it. You want me to be a certain way? Work on your goddamn self. Huh? Oh, I'm saying shit right from the 12th step. Go on, put the biggie on. Let's get fat with this shit. You know? It is not our job to tell someone seeking recovery where to work, who to live with, how to raise their children, or anything else outside the realm of our experience with recovery. Don't be fucking judging nobody. Huh? Oh, I ain't done yet. I'm gonna milk it. I'm gonna milk it and then I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. No, shit. Third tradition. Hey, Doc, you like this shit. Check it out. I'm gonna talk about my motherfucking desire. Desire. Desire is not a measurable commodity. It lives in the heart of each individual. You understand? If I ain't doing things the way you like them, fuck it, keep coming back. It's my processing. It's what I believe in, what works for me. What I need to make sure I don't do is fuck over you in the process of my recovery. I need to always take my inventory, 10th step shit, so I don't stomp on you, so I don't have to go back to being angry at myself. You know? Any addict who walks into a meeting, even a using addict, and in a meeting this size, there's bound to be somebody here whose urine is still dirty. Displays a level of willingness that cannot be discounted while maintaining an emphasis on the importance of total abstinence. Total abstinence. Now, let's take it away from the drugs. Total spiritual abstinence. Yeah. Still using addicts are welcomed into our meetings with special, not just generic, over-the-counter encouragement, but special encouragement to keep coming back. Now, I'm done with that judge shit. You know? So I had to learn to be myself so I could get through the anger. You know? I had to get with some love. I had to act like I wanted love. I had to make myself do some things unconditionally. Check it out. I had to freely apply the 12th tradition. We're talking principles before personalities. I had to stop judging myself if I didn't want to be judged. I had to stop looking at you and saying, why the fuck are they leaving now? Why don't they stay around? They might, check it out, we say, don't leave before the miracle happens. How the fuck do we know when the miracle happens? I mean, check it out, who appointed me the miracle watcher? And with the fear part of this, I had to go back, as I said I did, and I had to rigorously bring the third step into my life without cut. Without cut. Not easy. It's not easy. Tell us that we turn it over and we take it back. We turn it over, we take it back. But guess what? When I found out, a lot of y'all knew this. I knew it, but it was here. It was here. It had to come here. All right? The way I stay on the fucking path, the way that I have maintained my third step is I go to you. I go to you and I tell you what's going on in my life. I tell you where I'm at. I tell you what it is I'm afraid of. You understand? I tell you how. I'll say, listen, man, I just don't know if God's going to carry me on this one. And you say, it's going to be all right. Stay to the path. Stick to the path. You will come out the other side. So I stayed to the path. I stayed to the path and I started to bring, check it out, started to bring the mystery woman from the background to the foreground. How? Started to own who I was, and I didn't need to be in a relationship that I was in. I didn't need that. That I was afraid to let go. Afraid to let go. You know, I could never let nobody know that I didn't have it all together. You know the deal. Huh? I told you how it was in prison. You don't go around saying I'm powerless. You know? So it was hard. It was hard. People told me, and people told her. Hang in there. Believe. Have some faith. Have some faith that he's not Milli Vanilli in you. Have some faith that he got a program. Have some faith that he's a recovering addict. You understand? People had faith in me when I didn't have faith in myself. You know, people begin to turn away from me and abandon me. I know when you did it. I love you anyway. I ain't gonna say that shit like, oh, fuck you. No, not fuck you. Not fuck you. If I want you to improve in a certain area, I better make the goddamn improvements in my life. Huh? Ours is a program of attraction rather than promotion. What do you say? An addict can be beaten, counseled, whipped, locked up. You can take it, throw holy water in his face. Swoosh. But an addict will not stop using. You get the hit? Using. Until an addict is ready to stop using. My job today, check it out, here's the word I learned in prison. My job today is to be an envoy for God. My job today is to let you know just who the fuck I am. So you can decide if you really want anything I have or if you want something from someplace else. I'm an addict named Ron. I hope I said something. Thanks for listening.